From the Watergate building in Washington, this is Hotline TV. Now here are Hotline editors Amy Walter and John Mercurio.
Welcome to Hotline TV. I'm John Mercurio.
And I'm Amy Walter. Senator John Warner's announcement last week that he will not seek another term has set the stage for a Senate contest likely to draw national attention to the Commonwealth.
The Commonwealth
of Virginia.
Indeed.
All right, so it's early, but what are you hearing on the street?
It's very early. We're hearing Mark Warner saying that he has the quote-unquote itch, something he confessed to a passerby while he was jogging near Richmond this weekend. Looks like the Democratic field is going to be set. All the action is going to be on the Republican side. You've got Tom Davis, congressman from Northern Virginia, really looking like the early frontrunner. Although don't forget, look, Jim Gilmore was the governor of this state. He's very, I think he's unpopular in the national Republican Party, but he's got a base in conservative, among conservative Republicans in Virginia that I think makes him a contender.
Do you think that his presidential bid did anything about to maybe dampen their enthusiasm a little bit, or was it just one of those, it didn't really matter much? I mean, he was out on the scene for about 5 minutes. Now
I think it might have dampened his reputation among sort of like the the Beltway crowd, the insiders. They saw how little money he was able to raise. They don't necessarily think he's going to be able to match Davis, who already has more than $1 million on hand.
Yep.
But look, Gilmore came into the presidential campaign. He said he was going to be the true conservative alternative to people like McCain or Giuliani or even Mitt Romney. And so I think back in Virginia, those words resonated, and he can go back to the Republican Party in the state, especially if they have a convention. The most important thing to watch in this race is going to be whether they hold a primary or a convention. If they hold a convention, I think Gilmore definitely still has a shot.
Well, and the other question is, if you're one of these House Republicans who's, you know what, you're not so happy, you're in the minority now, things aren't looking so great for your prospects to move up the ladder, why not use this opportunity and a war chest? Some of these guys, Goodlatte, Eric Cantor, have significant war chests.
And they're sort of the base, best of both worlds.
Yeah, they got a conservative, but they can have, they have the ability to raise national money right now because they're sitting in Congress. Why not? Why not take a run at it? Now the real question is, if Mark Warner announces how many Republicans, given the current political environment, given how just totally depressed Republicans may be after this next election in November. Remember, Republicans right now are likely to lose more seats in the legislature. There's talk that they may even lose, I think, the state Senate. And so is that going to be just one more deterrent for a top-tier Republican?
And how much, look, I mean, John Warner has been in some ways a kingmaker in Virginia, Virginia Republican politics. He's already made it pretty clear at his announcement that he was retiring that he's going to be supporting Tom Davis. He said he thinks that his successor should have congressional experience, which was a clear shot at somebody like Jim Gilmore. I mean, that was more ideological than anything, but I think Davis really does start out this race on the Republican side a clear front runner. I think we're looking at a Warner-Davis race. There you got it.
You said it.
I'm going out on a limb.
Look at this.
There you had it. John Mercurio.
Don't say
September 4th, 2007. All right, looks like we are out of time for today. Thanks for joining us on Hotline TV.
There's a lot of pointing.
There is.
A lot of pointing.
Pointing at you, our viewers.